Hello, I'm Arthur Black. Welcome to Weird Homes, a show that looks at the most unusual and bizarre homes in North America. You know, appearances can be deceiving. What seems to be far away can in fact be right in front of your nose. Today we're going to visit a bubble cluster home that looks like rolling hills. Is it realistic? Enough to bamboozle Toby the dog. We'll also go inside two camouflaged houses. Now outside they look like gritty industrial warehouses, but inside, that's a whole different story. Of course, weird homes are only half the story. There's also the people that live there. Take, for instance, the scary guy. He really is Mr. Scary Guy. Ah, but is he a scary guy? There's only one way to find out.
Honey.
Hang on. If somebody were to come to me 10 years ago and say, hey, guess what? By the way, you're going to change your name in 1998 to the scary guy legally. Your whole body's going to be tattooed. And they say, oh, by the way, in the year 2002, there's going to be a lot of hate. There's going to be a lot of killing. Kids are going to get involved. And your job is to go out and talk to them and see if they can learn how not to do this through love and acceptance. I would have said, have you lost your mind? I was controlling, manipulative. I was very powerful with my words. And when I realized that I had been doing this for 43 years of my life, I was this person. I was really, really angry at who I was. And I went home that day and I said to my wife, Julie, I said, honey, I'm packing my bag. She said, where are you going? I said, I'm traveling the world to do whatever I can to help people see each other differently. Well, that was 4 years ago. That's when we moved, right shortly after we moved into the warehouse here. They went quickly from a cool place to hang out to the corporate headquarters for our nonprofit organization called Kids Vision Heart. It was built in 1950, this house, this home, this warehouse. It's, I think it's got like 13-inch brick walls. I didn't have a floor plan. And I said, this is a good place. It's great for a wall over there. Oh, let's put a wall, okay, we'll put one over there. How about the bathroom over there? And that's how we did it, and it worked out really well, I think. In this lovely space, check this out. These are really cool in the shower. I wanted to point these out because it's a kind of a point of interest. I had these arrows put in. So, and if you notice this, look at this, how this comes off the handle, comes around into the arrow. So you're not confused which handle runs which shower head. That's why these are here. I don't know. I have absolutely no clue. Check this out, look at this. Well, I swore when I built this bathroom, I told Julie, my wife, I said, honey, we're gonna have 2 sinks so that we don't argue and fight when we wanna get ready together, you know? We're gonna have 2 showers so we don't argue. We're never in the bathroom together. It's like the dumbest thing I ever thought of in my life. Everything's art to me, and if I gotta If I gotta look at the mirror and I look at it from a distance, I want it to have a different shape. I don't want it to be, you know, just like a normal square or round thing. I want it to be, you know, different. Is that cool? The water faucet right in the wall. And I hang it on here. You know, it's supposed to hang like that, you know, but no, I'll hang it crooked. No big deal.
I think it's definitely Scary's design and the feel. I'm much more kind of old-fashioned and traditional. But if you walk through, there's hints of me here and there.
This wall has an angle window over there, and that wall has an angle window over there, and those are the eyes. Did you know that? That's the eyes to this space. And then the hallway, that's the center, so that would be like the nose and the head. Yeah, and then there's a tattoo on the head, up on the top. See the tattoo on the top? Those are the kinds of things we had to do in this area.
Hey, I told you to stop creeping along the wall.
And this is Communication Central. This is my beautiful wife, Julie. I love you, honey. I love you.
Thank you.
She's in charge of all the public relations that we do, and we travel and walk, and when she responds to people and makes sure that my mouth is saying the right things.
Oh, good girl. Yeah.
You know what? I'm not really too physically or emotionally attached to this space. I don't have a hard time just kind of going, all right, we need to move on to the next one. What's going to come with that one? And that's kind of how I see them, just like my body, my life. You know, I'm just renting this space and time. The hardest part for me in my life is if it's rental space, I don't know when my contract's up. I've dedicated myself to every time I step a foot forward or I open my mouth, I utter words, I'm going to do whatever I can to help someone. And that's what this space represents too. And so when the time's right for us to move on out of here, we're moving on out. And I'm not going to think, I'll have pictures and we'll have, you know, cool. It's a memory.
So we'll start out with the same chord again?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Yay, you rock.
That'll be great, I think.
Hey, come back and see us again. Thanks for coming over, you guys.
If Frank Lloyd Wright had this site, he would conquer the site with an obviously Frank Lloyd Wright piece of architecture. I just soon let the site has value by itself, and I'm trying to exploit that. This house is like a cluster of soap bubbles, where each cell of the soap bubble is a room of the house. And there is a vertical membrane between each cell, and that's the vertical wall of the house. This is the solarium where I'm standing. This is the living room. Behind me is the kitchen. And that's the canopy that leads out to the back deck. That's the master bedroom bubble. And that's it. It has vines starting up the face of it. Eventually, in 5 or 10 years, it'll be covered with vines. And this is already covered with vines, and the kitchen dome is covered with vines. So this is the way the entire house will be ultimately. You wouldn't be able to see it from 30 feet away. We had 6 kids, so when we built this one, it was small enough that we were pretty sure they wouldn't move back in.
you don't expect it to be light and airy because it's partially subterranean. We made our house on my sewing machine. At least I tell my friends that, and they get a laugh out of it. We made the airform out of plastic paper.
When we first built the house, before it was backfilled and landscaped, it looked like something just landed from Mars. I always held the camera, and of course I always shot pictures of her in action. So it looks, when you go through the slides, it looks like she built the whole house by herself.
That's true. When it came time to put the windows in place, to cut them out, Lloyd took my bread knife and just zipped around the bread knife and cut out all the windows with that way. It ruined the bread knife, of course, but the windows got done.
The light level here is provided by 5 skylights, and they all ventilate. So I can open them in just a second.
Originally, we didn't have anything in those skylights, and the light was almost too harsh. So we got these, they're actually placemats that we got at an import shop. It was to quiet down the light.
The rainbows are caused by holograms that worked into each of the skylights. Images start on this wall in the morning, and they just slowly move across the floor, across the room, and they end up at the end of the day on that wall. So all day we have our cheap thrill.
Well, this is the master bed. It is a wall-to-wall bed that just fits into a very small dome. As you can see, our very well-trained dog is perfectly at home on it. The acoustics are a little bit different. You have to get used to those. We chose to have wall-to-wall carpeting because of that very thing, that the acoustics are so sharp that it would be difficult to live in, really, without some softening effects.
Chickadees are quite easy to tame. In a few days' time, you can train them to land on your hand. The problem with it is that every time you go outside, they land on you. So I had to untrain them.
I saw this building abandoned. So I approached the city, and I was with my brother, actually. And I walked in, the place was just an abandoned, was condemned too at that time. I walked in and I told the guy, I said, yeah, I'll take it. And my brother was like, are you okay? Like, what the hell are you thinking? What are you thinking? You want to move here? For years, I live in demolition houses. I live in one, go in a place, paint it, be there for 6 months, then take everything out, the doors, the windows, the whole bit, the floors, and move out into another one of those houses.
Oh man, this was like a bomb blew up in there, you know? It was terrible. Oh, it was disgusting, I must say. So now it's beautiful in there. It's a good thing.
They all love it, except the building inspector. Yeah, everything is salvaged in here. Yeah, like this piece of steel, it's salvaged from an old versatile shipyard in North Vancouver. The chandelier is salvaged. It's all like twisted steel from demolition, you know, the concrete. And I love it. It all comes apart. Now, this big guy here, I got that from a Chinese restaurant. It's all teak. There's 63 people on this thing. Even all the way down in the corner up there is a tiny little person. I went to an auction. Now, everybody in town, every scrap dealer, everybody was at that auction. And they had these workbench. There was 16 of them. The lot comes up, I bid $100, sold. Now, I couldn't believe it. I knew, because I've been doing this for so long, that this was solid copper. This is worth more than $100 for scrap alone. I had 16 of them, and they were painted. But I can smell, I can go like this, and I know it's copper. And then the light fixture, the old diffuser I bought from a set sale from a movie. They were wrapping out there. So I made them into light fixture to catch, because I got eye sealing just to catch the light and feel that volume. Morgan Freeman, along came a spider, was shot here 2 years ago. And this was the apartment of the killer. You know, they find him on the computer and they're searching the whole place, and Morgan Freeman walks in here and up. And then just last month, I had another production with Antonio Banderas. When the movies, they come in here, they put me up in a hotel. And after a day or 2 days or 3 days in a small room, I gotta get out of there. Like, I can't do it. I cannot live in the one room. It weighs about 50 pounds. It's very, very thick. It has no bottom, so I don't know if it was an incense burner or part of a pot. When a dragon has 5 fingers, in China, only the royalty were allowed to have 5 fingers on the dragon. It's like this mirror here, it's made it out of a window I salvaged from a building about 10 years ago. I think it makes that place look like a little castle there. And this is the bedroom. And I guess one of the features of a bedroom is the bed, because you spend 1/3 of your life in bed, so it's important to have a good bed. So this bed is solid. This bed, it's made out of, you know, cast iron rods, section of old cast iron radiators taken apart, welded together. And this is my original little teddy bear that I've had since I'm 5 years old. And at one point when I was a kid, my mom washed it in the washing machine, and I had it hanging by its ear on the clothing line. I came home and I saw that and I had a huge fit. Get him out of there. Get him out of there now. You can't have him hanging by the ears like that. I'm from Quebec. I'm the 12th child of the family. I'm the youngest. Everything was there because my parents had a farm, and all my uncles and aunts, they were all large families, so we always had lots and lots and lots of stuff. Like on the farm, there's always, you know, tools and wood and everything you can think of and stuff being done. Hey, Davide, come on up. Hello there. I was thinking, you know, this time, like, I'd like maybe to get a steel frame around it instead of a wood frame.
His eyes light up at the smallest thing. He would show me piles of nails that we'd both get excited about, or piles of, you know, hardware from old buildings and stuff. And his joie de vivre, if we could say that, that's got a certain, a definite input in his style and the way he gets things together. And he's definitely a great man.